Hey babies, what's up my darling MVPs and how you all doing? Welcome back to Sail with Mimiciously Mimi where you get the gist. I see they do waiting. I see they hurt. Of course you know there is no sleeping on a bicycle on this channel. If you snooze you do well. You lose. Are you yet to subscribe to this channel or are you still sitting on a fat long thing? Kindly pause right there, subscribe and make sure you turn on the notification bell. If not, tell me, how do you want to get the gist brewing from the cooking pot? Like how do you want to get the gist? Acide heart. So guys, yesterday the housemates had an interesting tax courtesy of Indomie noodles. And yes, team Oriental Fried Chicken won. That is the team that has Handi, Ben, Victoria and Nelly. Yes, they won this one. Guys, there is something I'm observing about this Victoria. She's kind of a quiet person, but I think Victoria is actually kind of smart and intelligent. Yes. Why did I say so? There's this particular task they had during this Indomie thingy that they had to open a lock. The way she observed to open that key first, the way I see her try during arena these days, and also the letter she wrote, because the game is the receivers and the givers. So them, as I think they were the receivers, yes. The letter she wrote to Handi and Nelly was actually given on point. That girl is literally intelligent, but she's that kind of intelligent chap that you will not really observe or notice so fast. I think I'm beginning to notice that about her. So a big congratulations to Team Oriental Fried Chicken. But my favorite part of the tax was Onyeka's later as a receiver to Ozzy. OMG, it was giving love later and more. You needed to see how Ozzy was blushing, like guys. Meanwhile, after the tax and whatnot, what was it called? Wanni X Handi, their fans, they were coming for Indomie Nigeria as a company. Why is that? Let's read it from Napa. I can't be the only one that find this thing upsetting. These brands will use the same picture for both Wanni and Handi. First it was Lush, now Indomie. It might not be a big deal to you all, but I find it so offensive. Both girls have their own pictures. Use it, don't be lazy. So the fans are like saying that they've noticed this from some brands, that what they do is instead of getting a different pictures for these twins, because of they are identical, they would use the same pictures for them and they will just reverse it, meaning and the person's picture they've been using is Handy's picture. So in the presence of Wanni, they would also use Handy's picture, and the fans felt like it is a wrong thing to do as a brand, that they also need to post Wanni's picture despite the twins being identical. And then Adedoye replied and said, I said this to myself when I saw this, because they literally just changed the position and the picture. Very lazy lords. It pisses me off, and it's okay to completely drown out the other's identity is rubbish. Okay, Wanni and Handi are twins, yes, but they are also individuals. At bbnaija, tell your brands to do better, I beg. Using one duplicated picture for both girls, it's absolutely messed up, especially when the other has hers. Please stop it though. Don't completely drown out the other. So as you can see here, guys, they are actually, calling out on the brand, even tagging Big Brother Naija for them to actually do something about this. Like, it is not making sense at this point that Wanni is an individual on her own, especially looking like now they are now divided. Like, we have Wanni separately, not as Wanni X Handi. They are just individuals right now in Biggie's house and not pairs. So it's quite unfair that they don't use Wanni's picture. To me, I will not really blame those brands. Like, these housemates are so identical that they can literally pass for each other. Remember, Handi just said she won't send Wanni represented her when she has a date, but she was busy. Wanni represented her. Guess what? The date did not even know it was not the other. But the thing is, truly, I understand where the fans are coming from, and I hope all those brands will sort it out. And I hope the next brand tags they would have, they would not do the same mistake. Still talking about Wanni X Handy, okay. About the issue Shaun was having with Wanni, you know, they actually went outside the garden to have some conversation. I was thinking that was going to settle it, but later on, it wasn't long. Biggie called them, to the arena because of this Indomie task. So it happens that that issue has not been resolved, you know. Afterwards, when they finished picking their teams, they came back to the house. So the two twins were playing their snookers and they were having conversation regarding that. And then Wanni and Handi were speaking about how rude Shaun is, and then Handi was like, the guy is really rude, like the way he actually spoke to Wanni in the presence of people, that Wanni never disrespected him. Why would he speak like that? In the presence of the housemate, like in at the kitchen there, speaking it loud, people to hear him and whatnot. So while they were having that conversation, the camera was also showing the parrots. The camera was showing the parrots, and people's reaction was what got me laughing on the social space. Let's see some of the reactions before we continue with the gist. Okay, coming from Timna Parrot, he is so rude. What is he like? Tent something handy, abego. So people were like, this is Parrot listening to everything and how they were calling Shaun rude. These ones are gisting next to the parrots. Whether they even not gisting next to the parrots will record everything. Didn't you guys watch the All-Star season? Now, the one that got me so funny was people calling the parrot Doyin. This person says, Doyin recording the whole gist. OMG, you guys should leave Doyin alone. Maybe they forgot Doyin is around. Who are gisting? Are they gisting about who? Hope it's not the twins. They are definitely the twins. They would defend themselves, Shame, says Oratile. So the reactions and more was so funny on the social space. Frank Poet says, Ebuka, housemates, I am telling you this as your guy. You gave absolutely nothing this past week. I hope you bring your A game this coming week. Shaun, Wanni, and Handi this week. So this person is trying to say the triplets, the three chihuahuas are trying to give us gists this week, not necessarily because of their having beef. Really? Now let's look at it this way. After they finish their Indomie task, right? After they finish the total task, all the shenanigans with the tax, Biggie has actually gave his winner. So they were sitting at the the couch at the kitchen there, and they were having this conversation where Handi was trying to put in some senses in Wanni, saying that a guy that cannot apologize to a woman, that Shaun is a manipulative guy. That what Shaun does is when he do something, that he's going to just turn it around so that Wanni would actually feel like she's the one at fault, and then see the need to apologize, while him as a person would not find it, would just not apologize. And I have also noticed that thing about Shaun. And Handi just peeled the truth here. So she was now telling Wanni that she is out of this thinking, that she's staying back, that she's done. Wanni was telling Handi that the thing is, this thing you're saying, seeing that Shaun is rude and whatnot, is just his real person coming out. You're just finding out whom he is, and not because of the personality is not there before now, that he has been that person, but they are just seeing this. And then when Handi said she's stepping back with anything that has to do with Shaun, and then Wanni now said he's literally the only person we have that is closer to us in the house. Handi said she cannot be be friends with a person who disrespects someone so much that Shaun disrespected the sister, and in other ways still acting like he's not at fault, that she cannot take it anymore for someone who would disrespect you and doesn't care how, and yet still come out again and make it look like you're the one at fault, that she is not doing a thing, that she's not even going to have conversation. Because when he was like maybe she should have conversations, he said she's not having any conversation with Shaun, that she's just done. Meanwhile, when he said the same thing, that she too, she's done, that kind of a thing. But the question is, are they really done in this Biggie's house like this? Meanwhile, I said it before, I'll say it again. I'll still say it again and again. Having a guy who finds it difficult to apologize is a huge red flag. Okay, I'm coming from Aisha de la Cruz. She will still fold letters tomorrow. Please, when she does, drag her well for me and drop her at my address. These are fans saying that all this thing Wanni is saying, that she too, she's done, that tomorrow you will still see them together. And Sissy Diane Lakon says, I will personally drag her. If she was alone in the house, I wouldn't mind. But she has a sister, so why is she always crawling back to him whenever they have issues? And then Tolulokpe says, I can't wait for this show to end. This nonsense Kenu, they vex me. But the thing is, if she, even if the sister is not in the house, if she really wanted to do it, she would do it. But at the same time, they say we will not understand that the four walls of Biggie's house gives a different feelings and emotion. It's not just like the real life when we find it easy to make decisions and abstain from people, but this time around you still see the same people all over your faces. Okay, this person says he can't even say congratulations, even though they are not talking. That is it. Okay, Aisha says exactly, he doesn't see anything he does wrong. That's the primary, secondary, and tertiary issues here. That's an Edo ego for you. Never apologize, even when they are wrong. Raw no, even me as an Edo lady can't stand them. The one thing me I really do not like is generalization. You understand? If something happened, you understand, I don't find need to generalize it. I will just hold the individual accountable for it. You know, okay, he's always right in his own eye and wouldn't apologize. Proud, nonchalant, unapologetic, ungrateful, egoistic, guy, proper. I hope they take their stand, especially that roots, okay? I don't like that boy one bit, and that is very red flag. The question is, in all of those reactions you guys are giving, would Wanni stay back from Shaun? I do not think so, because you definitely see them talking again. Kylie says, can I know the reason why Shaun and Wanni keep patching this ship? If it is not going, leave. We are watching a real life toxic relationship. And then Hughes replied and says, okay, not a reply, a post from Hughes' end, not like he's replying Kylie. So Hughes says, Shaun, calm down, oh, before they will give you this tag. I'm gonna skip the A word. They had. So at this point, what do you think about this situation anyways? Because to me, I think what Handi said about Shaun is totally right and correct. You understand? I think it's totally right and correct. Like, he's so manipulative. He did it the first time they had ish. What was that ish they had again? I've literally forgotten that. But the way he went about it, and Wanni ended up saying sorry for the same persons you claim you cook for, you wash his clothes, and he could not even say sorry to you. The same issue they have now. If he had said sorry to Wanni, that issue must have ended by now. They would have still been good. Sometimes what the lady need is just, it's okay, it's fine, we'll keep working. That kind of a thing. But no, from one argument to the other, no one wants to say sorry. And that is really not cool. Any which ways, guys, we'll see how long this will last. But for now, I'm going to be dropping my voice to see you guys later. Thank you so much for always sailing with me. Bye for now, babies.